So I've just finished sketching. It's a loose sketch because, as I've said, I am not a very good sketcher artist. So I've just loosely sketched out. I don't know if you can see because I'm doing it on black. My foxy face. Okay. Now the things that I would want to be really careful. Some bits you can't see. I'm imagining this is all white fluff. Are the positioning of the eyes. See, I might not have that quite right yet. I'll probably have to go in and change that. I want a cutesy ball nose, so I've got to make sure that that's not too big and too sort of like masculine. I want it to be more feminine. And that's pretty much it. That is going to be the skeleton of the fox that I'm going to do next. So in case you think that by any means I'm great at drawing, I'm really not. And if you're not great at drawing, you might want to try working in a similar way to how I do, and that's just do it loosely and then put pigment down and move pigment around, because you might just find that you're better at painting or moving pigment around than you are sketching. So I feel that I can imagine the shapes much better as I'm pushing colour around rather than I don't know if that's a weakness or not in my art, but it works. So there we are. Sketch Aruba. Okay, so I've chucked down some colour. You know, because I don't want a blank canvas to work on. So I've kind of like blocked in where I think certain areas, the darker shades of the areas, and I've kept with the movement as well. So I've moved my pencil in the directions with fur, yeah. So I'm just smudging it in now. I say smudging, I'm pushing it around to try and get it into the grooves, and just kind of softening things up a little bit, because you know there's going to be layers upon layers over this, I suppose. So here I've just laid down. See what I mean about just laying down some colour can already start to bring something to life. Like, you know, I'm not by any means a sketch artist or anything like that. I'm not very good at that. But when it comes to laying the colour down, I see the world in colour. You know, I see every colour of the rainbow in grey. So I actually really like working on this coloured pastel matte. I think it's meant to be like black or something like that, but it's more like a shiny grey. It looks like sandpaper. So that's what I'm working on, and that's where it's going to be. That's my first bit of putting the colour down. Now I know where I want my colours to go, a rough idea of where my shadows and things are going to be. Obviously I'll just carry on with that and see where it goes, really. So there you go. Here's the process in a bit more details. So here we are. There's a new stage of the wolf. Not a wolf, sorry. He's a fox. Now there are so many things with this I'm not happy with, that I've got to, you know, before we put any detail in, I've got to go in and mess with it. But so far, she's okay. I had trouble with the eyes on this one. So there are more layers in these eyes than I would want. If I keep doing that, I'm going to mess it up more. It's probably best to leave it. Yeah, probably going to be a bit better once I get some more layers in. So she's looking away from the frame. I think I need, what I want actually is for this pupil to be a bit bigger. I think that's probably going to be the last move I do on that eye. And yeah, lots more detail to go yet, so that's where we're at. Okay, so we're jumping ahead a little bit because I got stuck in hyperfocus mode. So here we are. We've got quite a few more layers down. I'm going to bring you closer because it's quite nice to see what's going on. So like behind the whites, now I've just done them loosely for now. There's all sorts of blues and greens and browns underneath. So then you sort of you layer over like oil painting, dark to light. And then I'm actually going in and I'm picking out some more dark bits actually before I go in and do some white highlights on his fur. Her fur, because we want her to be a her. So that's where I'm at right now. So we're done. This is where I'm going to leave it because I don't want to overwork it. I've got all like the colours and the shading in the right places where I wanted them now. I'm quite happy with my eye. I'll come a bit closer to show yours, the eyes, the nose, the whiskers. I'm quite happy with that. So yeah, going to leave it there, I think. And I hope you enjoyed the process of me painting. Well, I say painting. I've been using my crayons. They're not really crayons, they're soft pastels, and they're really expensive. That's another thing about like this new side mission of soft pastels. The equipment is really expensive. You know, this stuff is it's pure pigment. Like you could make paint out of this stuff, and of course because you're using sandpaper, well, you can imagine how many times I've had to empty my my dust tray out today. Anyways, that's the last of our collection, so I hope you've enjoyed this little video that I've made today. Did you like the weather background? I'm really pleased with that. Anyways, that's it. Bye. So I did actually go back in and add just a little something there. It's just an impression of this white fur on that side. And now I'm going to leave it there. There we go.